you're interviewing.
Okay.
All right.
Oh gosh.
Cool. Are we good? Yeah.
We're good, man. If you're good, are you
Yeah.
good?
Yeah. Which are we doing? Both cameras or one camera? Should we?
Focus on them.
Okay, that's the primary camera. Let's go. All right. Hey, this is Br'd. I'm Derek for WBRU. We're here with the Brother Kite. Why don't we just go around, introduce yourselves, everyone.
Start on my side?
Yes. Let's do it.
Hello, I'm Mark. I play guitar and keyboard and a little bit of singing.
Hey, keep it short, man. Let's go.
I gotta say all the things.
You good?
I'm done. I'm not.
Your favorite
done.
color?
I'm Patrick.
I
That's
like
it.
green.
I'm still talking. I'm Patrick.
Hi, I'm Matt. I like green also. I play drums.
I'm John, more of a blue guy.
I'm Andrea. I play bass guitar.
I didn't know that we were talking about colors.
We are now.
If you want, only
You gotta
if
keep
you're
up.
comfortable.
I don't really want to talk about
Oh,
colors.
that's fine. That's off the record. We can cut the colors part, right? Yeah. We'll edit it out in post. So you guys are opening up our summer concert series that's June 20th. You guys are going to be the first sounds anyone hears of that the Fantagram show.
Oh, you're making us nervous here.
Yeah, so don't screw it up. No, I'm sure.
No, we will.
You guys just actually played some tracks for us live. It sounded really awesome. Thanks for coming by again.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, let's just dive in. Say I'm a guy on the street who knows nothing about the Brother Kite, and obviously you're a band, but what's the gist of you guys? What's it all about?
Well, we've been a band for a long time.
Yeah, you guys since 2002,
We're
right?
what you call old and grumpy.
You don't seem grumpy.
And the band has always, I guess we've sounded like a few different things as the years have gone on. It's always just kind of been whatever songs Pat and I write. That's what we sound like at the time. So earlier on, it was heavy shoegaze influences maybe, and then we went through a heavy harmony Beach Boy phase.
Yeah, I was listening.
Or Beach Boar.
Beach Boy
The
phase.
Beach Boys. I was listening to some of your guys' older tracks. I definitely got that Beach Boys vibe. With
Yeah,
the
we don't get
harmonies
hung
and,
up too much on sounding like a particular thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, it's whatever we happen to be feeling at the time.
I
And
feel like it's kind of streamlining these days too.
yeah, these days it's
like Model Rocket. The new we have a new
the
newish
2013
album.
LP,
Yes,
right?
that's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah, I feel like that one is probably the most cohesive in just like having it be kind of just songs. And
it's all variation of rock and roll, though. I mean, it's it's so maybe we're overcomplicating it. I mean, it's rock and roll music.
That's kind of our
So,
style, though, overcomplicating.
Yeah.
So this is the original lineup of the band since 02?
more or
Mostly,
less.
yeah.
He's the most recent member, and he joined in 2003.
Maybe
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have been pretty
Yeah,
solid for
yeah.
for a long
over
time.
over 10 years now, I guess.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
way.
Well over 10
Prior
years,
to
yeah.
the first album coming out.
Right. Yeah, I played drums on the first album.
We met Mark on like how did we like an
Harmony
online
Central?
It was
ad?
Harmony Central. Yeah.
What did your
eHarmony, I think it was.
Harmony for
I think,
bands.
Oh,
what did
We
your
met
ad?
on eHarmony.
What did your ad say? Do you remember?
Oh
Love it
God.
for sight.
Yeah, I'm sure it was terrible. I'm
What
sure
were your
guitar-
influences?
Do you remember? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
Something
sure-
you said sounded appealing to me, and so I wrote you and said,
Probably-
"Would you like to be in a band?"
I probably had the Beach Boys on there.
And there was no
I think.
picture, so I didn't even know you were strikingly
I
handsome.
know.
at
I
the
know.
time.
That's a
That was
bonus.
my gift to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For, when we actually met.
yeah.
I was a guitarist looking for band, and you guys. It was just the two, just
Yeah.
John and Pat at the time,
Yeah.
and the rest is history.
I get the sense you two are married. Or,
Yeah, Andrew and I are married,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, cool. So it was that before or after the band, or is that how you guys met? Or
No, yeah. No. We're all three of us are from New Hampshire.
Okay.
Yes, no. Yes, no.
okay, got it.
The three of us are all from New Hampshire, and we moved down here to kind of start a band.
Awesome.
And it's a wild story where Pat and Andrew were dating for a while, and then we started a band, and then Andrew and I started dating, and then we got married. So it's kind of been
But,
it's fairly
Obviously,
soap opera.
that didn't break all you guys apart.
No.
We've never really talked about this all.
Hey, it gets more intense because
Yeah, it gets even
Holy
weirder.
folks.
Matt,
Yeah,
Oh,
the
man.
inaugural online Br'd is going to be a very interesting one. Yeah. We're kind of like unloading a lot of stuff.
but,
We're going to be here for like 6 hours crying.
at the time we started the band, Matt was dating someone for
My-
a long
my
time.
sister.
who was
Mark's sister.
And now, she's
I had
married.
no idea.
She's married to Patrick.
You guys are the most insane love quadruple shape
yeah.
ever.
Take that,
This-
Fleetwood
this is
Mac.
awesome.
I would like to just say I'm the only member of the band who has not dated anyone's ex or future girlfriend.
Never too
But
late.
we had
Sorry.
our
Never too
moments.
late.
Actually,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
can
that's
talk
true.
openly now since we're,
Everything's
airing
out.
the laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
finally get it all out there.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Like I said, we're old and grumpy, so we don't like go out and meet people outside of the band. So we just pass each other around.
So you guys came down from New Hampshire specifically for this,
Well,
like the Providence music scene, or
No, not so much. John was in college, and Andrea, wasn't also in college.
Yep. I didn't know how to play any music though. Pat asked me to
Yeah,
join
this
the
is-
band.
this is her
I didn't
first
know how
band.
to play anything. So Pat and John kind of taught me how to play guitar.
But yeah, John was in college down here, and I wasn't really doing much in New Hampshire, and
they don't do much in New Hampshire anyway. So.
Hey, watch it, man. We're sensitive.
That's true.
I am very, fiercely proud of where I'm from. But anyway,
I kid.
And he's larger than you.
yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
like
he has the tall chair.
well,
It's
it-
fine.
it's
from all that-
It's like the Andy Kaufman show with the big.
It's from all that chopping wood in New Hampshire.
Yeah. So, but yeah, John was going to school in Rhode Island. I was doing nothing in New Hampshire and kind of wanted to change. And we'd been in a band before when we were in high school, and and I just wanted to work with him again.
Cool. Yeah.
It's a good place to be in a band too, or at least it was when we were starting. It felt, it was a large enough city where there were venues, but it wasn't so much that you were.
I think the way that you sold it to me was its proximity to New York and the fact that it was way cheaper than living in either Boston.
And
or
it
New
is
York.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
have you have the
yeah.
big cities on either side, but also there's there's stuff happening here. It feels like a real city also.
But it's kind of uniquely inspirational too, because you feel like you're doing something interesting. I think because if you're up in Boston, you're one of a trillion. It seems
Yeah.
like everybody's doing something better.
you're
than
a
you.
little fish in a big pond.
And down here, I think it felt like we were, when you play shows, at least we felt like we were doing something interesting, kind of relative to what we were seeing around there, and we really weren't. But for the area, maybe we were. So it was a good area to be in, because sometimes it's just about ignoring reality and thinking you're doing something interesting.
Yeah.
And in Providence, it felt like we were doing something interesting.
Yeah, well, we're glad you guys came down. I have a question for you guys. I read that one of your songs was in an episode of Skins in 2008.
Yeah.
So how have things changed since you sold out? No, that's actually legitimately very cool. But
We already spent
can I
that
get a
$40
drumstick?
check.
Yeah, Matt's right. That $40.
That
is
$40
coming.
check, we already spent it.
But so I was wondering, what was that cool for you guys? Did you feel like you were getting more people like Googling you or after that?
Yeah, but we didn't know.
It took
Yeah, it was
us
a
a
couple
long
years
time
before
to
we
know
knew
about it.
it
It was the UK,
Wait, so they
the UK
just
skins,
ripped it and then didn't.
Well,
No,
what
no,
happened?
no, they-
we were on a label that kind of used a couple placement services to try to get us on, and I think at one point we said, the following types of things are okay. Like we pre-approved
Yeah.
something. I don't know, and before you know it, people are telling us. It gets even weirder than that. One time, Andrew and I we were watching Jeopardy.
We were at home eating dinner.
Television,
Yeah.
eating, and a commercial, a Discovery Channel commercial came on with one of our songs.
And we just flipped
No,
out.
We
We had no
were
idea.
astonished.
Yeah.
And I contacted the dude at the label, and he said it was through some service, and it must have been some sort of strange pre-approval. And I said, "Did we get paid?" And he said, "I don't know."
Yeah.
So
So nothing's changed,
We
really.
did get
Yeah.
paid, but by the time it gets cut and cut and cut and cut, man, it's such a small amount of money. We didn't even know we got paid for
And
Discovery.
we were in an episode of the Netflix version of The Hills, right?
Really?
Yeah.
'Cause when they-
Yeah,
when
there
they
was
do-
after it came back from a commercial, there was like
Yeah.
a small bit of I think it was it was probably Coat of Arms. I think.
Yeah.
This
I
is
think-
news to me.
I think
No, it
they...
was Get On Me, I think.
Are you sure?
I thought.
That's
No,
how you know
no,
you
you're
really
right.
sold out when you don't even know.
I heard you guys in a porno actually the other day.
Well, the thing with The Hills, too, is that the first run on TV, they have all the really good music that they paid a lot of money for that they can only use once.
Oh, that's
And then when
Yeah,
they
with
replay it
syndication
on
rights.
Netflix,
Oh,
and
they
everything
actually
else
changed the song.
Then they buy
Then they
they buy
bring
the
in the
cheap
lowlights.
music. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Bring
dig
us
into
in.
the indie stuff. Who have all we pre-approved the whole thing, so we don't get money from
Yeah,
that.
but if you look at the royalty statements, they kind of just there's like a blanket amount, and sometimes they'll have like the countries that they're from, and most of our royalties have come from Europe. Canada, I don't know if the show is called Fashion TV, but
believe
but we made a crap load of money for us, like
Yeah.
on fashion
On
TV.
fashion
And
We need to talk after this.
I have,
What is fashion TV?
Oh,
And what is a crap load of money?
but I mean by crap load, like if you know.
$45.
No. I think like if you before we started getting direct deposits, which made it really depressing to get royalties, which the last one was $1.02.
Your bank is like
But
sending me
beforehand,
emails. You got 2 cents.
beforehand, if you don't have this is the dumbest conversation. When you are signed up with ASCAP and you don't have direct deposit, you get cut checks, but only when you go over the $50 threshold. So at least if you're getting a check, you're getting $50. So there was a point I think a couple years ago where we actually got quarterly checks, and it was like, what is going on here?
We are getting
and it was
heavy
like,
into finances.
it was-
Yeah, no, this financial advice.
But yeah,
from
and all of
Brother
it was
Kite.
from Canada, like just fashion
Wow.
TV. I'm like, I don't know what
Sounds
this
like,
is, but I am all for it.
Sounds like a Canadian tour should be somewhere, unless you guys
Yeah,
have already
We,
done
we,
that.
been
we
to
do need to
Canada,
get
yeah.
back to Canada.
We played in Montreal and Toronto, and the drive between the two is super boring. I remember that. But
It's all just
Sorry,
maple
Canada.
trees.
Yeah. You have been supporting
Hopefully,
us.
any Canadians listening, if you've been watching
Screwing our
fashion
only people that actually
TV,
like us.
and you know what else about Canada? They don't know anything about.
let's just lay it all on the table. You know what?
They don't know anything about bagels up there. They have these famous Montreal
yeah.
bagels, and we played a show in Montreal, and then the next day we stayed at this dude's house, and this dude was going on and on about these bagels, and we walked what felt like 10 miles to get at this bagel, and it was the worst bagel I've ever had.
What?
And I had to pretend like I was impressed with it, but Montreal style bagels, man, no good.
All right, don't get bagels in Canada, I guess.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Remember we stayed at that dude's house? We stayed at.
Oh, what? The,
I think you
the
were
one that
sleeping in the
maybe
van at
was,
that
we were
time.
squatting in.
This dude said, "I got it." We announced at the show we're looking for a place to stay because when you're out traveling, sometimes you don't want to pay for a hotel.
Yeah.
So this dude's like, "Yeah, I got a place you can stay." So we follow him to this abandoned building.
We
like,
got in there by the fire escape.
Yeah, and this was the bad side. He stood out front of the building and he looked at it and he said, "I think this is it." And that was
That's a good sign. That's when you know.
The same, right? And he's like, I think it's this one. I
yeah.
think it's this one.
So we had to climb in the window.
All right.
And anyway, the bagel story it was
Yeah.
after that. But we got
The one and
derailed.
only thing in
Anyway,
this
the
apartment was a fish tank.
financially, let me explain to you the finances of this Montreal.
Right, yeah. So the bagel, you got a receipt for the bagel, and then
There was a check, a
tax
direct
returns
deposit.
and all. Yeah. You guys recently, I saw you. Semi-recently, this was March of this year. Put up a video for one of your songs. Was it? It's like you guys playing at a party. There's fireworks. It looks like a blast. Was that as much fun to film as it seems like? Because it just seemed like you guys were having
I
a
feel like it
ball.
was even
Yeah.
more fun. Like it looks great in the video,
Yeah.
but it was like actually doing it was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had
But,
this. There's this new song on a song on the newest album of ours called Bees, which is sort of this indulgent '90s fuzzy, Dinosaur Jr. thing or whatever. Kind of going full fledged into those kind of styles, which we don't often let ourselves do, it seems. But so it was this. At least for me, it was very high school and fuzzed out and '90s sound. So we decided to try to make this video that. Had a high school '90s
Like a high
feel.
school
Yeah, like
basement party.
maybe I know I have memories of in the late '90s and being in high school and playing these terrible shows in basements that sounded awful.
Yeah.
But maybe you had some dude buy you a little bit of beer and you played and it was so we just tried to make it look like that because that was kind of the aesthetic of the song.
Yeah.
Hopefully we succeeded. I don't know. It was fun to
yeah,
do.
The video looks awesome.
And we're older
Really
now,
fun.
so we could buy a lot of beer at that point.
So yeah, you.
Fashion TV actually.
They funded the thank you Fashion TV.
The Christmas lights and the beer in that video are straight.
Any new stuff you guys working on another album or songs? Or?
Pat, are you writing songs? I haven't written a song in a really long time.
I don't have any totally done.
So the answer's
but
no.
I have like the problem is that I get a lot of ideas all at the same time, and it's hard to try to focus on just where I should go with it. And I also have like a couple different projects that I'm working on that I need to devote a little bit more time to. I'm in another band in Providence called Snowplows. I play drums in that.
Hey,
And,
easy with the plugs, man.
Yeah, but how many checks from Canada?
Seriously. You don't have snow up there.
Just bad bagels. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have yeah, I have a couple demos kicking around, and hopefully I will get all of them done soon.
Cool. Well, while we have a camera here, anything else you guys want to talk about? Yell at Canadians or plug? Or?
Any other countries we have problems with?
Yeah.
No.
Seriously, guys,
Romanians.
I love Canada. Don't ruin this for
No,
me.
Canadians. There's a Canadian DJ here. She's very polite.
No, yeah. Toronto, we had great experience in Toronto, so
Yeah, I think it's more Montreal. I remember a guy borrowed my amp.
That was great.
That was great.
And you have the bagels?
No,
The coffee was great.
remember he borrowed my amp and he jumped off of my amp in the middle of their set.
That's not the city. That was
That's
that
the
guy.
city.
That guy in don't play with airfields, okay?
Whoa.
No, they
On and
no, they will.
You were
They'll
on,
mess
like,
up
on
your
a
stuff because we.
runway?
Wait, hold on.
There's okay. There's. I don't want to. I don't
We're
want to
getting
slag
off
this
track.
band
Let's
totally,
not
but
go
like,
into-
just whatever. I have the mic.
No,
I have the mic.
Rock Beat is you got like
but there's
you got
a-
the Black
there's
Keys
a-
and Jack
No,
White.
no, no,
now
no,
you
no.
guys
There's
and
just
Airfields.
like there was this band that we played with that like they were borrowing our stuff, and like towards the end of the set they were really like just rough with it, and like the drummers picked up the ride cymbal and like threw it on the ground. We were like, what the hell is wrong
That's
with
why they
you?
need to borrow new stuff. every
And
show.
but I mean, we had it. When we played in Toronto, we played with a very good band called. It's really hard to say. It's called Fjord Rowboat. But we were staying with them afterwards, and we talked about what had happened the previous night, and they were like, "Yeah, like that. Just they do that, like they have the same experience as we did."
All right. Well, yeah.
So
I
it's
guess
not just-
useful
I'm not just-
warning for all. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
that's
everybody
not
in
cool.
Montreal
And this
is
was
skinny and
years ago.
good looking, though. If you've ever been to Montreal, we'll end it with that because
Yeah.
the bagels may suck, but you
That's
walk,
why
you
they're so
can't,
skinny. They don't. They
Yeah, you
take one
can't-
bite.
That
and
was
You-
in the car.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
find
yeah.
a fat person in that whole city. It's like it's strange.
Which is surprising because the candy is awesome.
yeah, but it must be the bagels, man. There's thin, that whole town.
Well,
The bagels have speed in them.
all right. Well, the Brother Kite on Homebrew. You guys are playing before Fantagram, June 20th, summer
June
concert
20th.
series. The show is free. You guys should all come out. Thank you so much again for coming by, guys. This was
Yeah.
really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.